We are back for the final 3 decks. Let us spin and see what we get. Reanimator. All right, so this is Reanimator in Pauper. And as the name would suggest, the idea is to put a very large creature in the graveyard and then reanimate it. So we have, of course, the land cyclers, because why not? But then we also have Ulamog's Crusher, the best threat in Pauper, I think. And how are we going to get these out? Well, of course, we can go the old ye old Exhume route. Or we have Summon Undead. 5 mana sorcery. You may mill 3 cards and return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. My rental program didn't have 4 of these for some reason, so I'm playing a Dread Return in the place of the 4th one. Then, what are the other cards in the deck? Well, we have our bog standard Rakdos mana base with 1 dual land to fetch off the land cyclers. We've got our Lotus Petals and our Dark Rituals and our Simian Spirit Guides to speed up. We've got Faithless Looting to put big bombs in the yard and find what we need. We've got Insolent Neonate, also puts bombs in the yard, finds what we need. Bitter Reunion, same deal. And we can sometimes, I guess, haste an Ulamog's Crusher. There's Dragon Breath, a 2 mana aura. Enchanted creature has haste, fire breathing, and when a creature with mana value 6 or greater enters the battlefield, you may return Dragon Breath from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature. So if Dragon Breath is in your graveyard and then you reanimate a big creature, it will, for free, return attached to it and give it haste. We then have Discerning Taste, 3 mana sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creature cards put into your graveyard this way. So it's top 4, you get 1, mill the other ones, and gain life. So if you put Ulamog's Crusher, for example, into your graveyard, you gain 8, and Ulamog's Crusher is now in your graveyard. And then that's the deck. Then in the sideboard, we've got Duress for those blue decks. Rotten Reunion. This has 2 functions. One is Graveyard Hate, but the main one is protecting your guys from edicts. Unexpected Fangs, so we can put lifelink on one of our huge bombs and race aggro. Thorn of the Black Rose for value. Pyroblast for the blue decks, and Cast into the Fire for the artifact decks / go wide decks, but mostly artifacts. And that is Reanimator. Let's play the 3rd to last league. All right, we're on the play. What do we got? Ritual, Troll, Mountain. So we can go, we can go Mountain, cycle the Troll, grab a Swamp, play it. Next turn, Bitter Reunion, discard Ulamog's Crusher, and then Dark Ritual into Summon Undead. Okay, we're good. Keep. So Mountain, pass. Mistvault Bridge, all right. Cycle the Troll, go grab a Swamp, then untap, play the Swamp, play Bitter Reunion, trigger, discard Ulamog's Crusher. Can I do it right now? Petal, Dark Ritual, Simian Spirit Guide, we're 1 short. All right, over to them. I'm also a bit wary because I believe this deck plays Chainer's Edict, so going all in on a Reanimate here might not work out. Ichor Wellspring. All right, there we go. So we can haste our Ulamog's Crusher out now. So Mountain, Dark Ritual, and then Summon Undead, mill 3, grab Ulamog's Crusher, then activate this using Simian Spirit Guide, combat, attack with Crusher, Annihilator trigger. All right, there we go. So we have won our first game. So versus Grixis Affinity, I want Cast into the Fire, and I'm not sure what else, if anything. They don't attack particularly quickly, so the Thorn of the Black Rose might be worth it. I don't know to what degree they have counterspells. Probably Blue Blasts, but I'm not sure exactly. So let's see. What can I cut? Because this deck's pretty, you can't cut too much. I assume they'll also bring in Graveyard Hate. So I probably need Duress to take that from them, to take the Nile spell bombs or whatever. You just probably cannot bring in too much. Yeah, maybe let's not bother with this. Just cut that and this one. They got a lot that they can interact with. They can interact with Nile Spellbomb or other Graveyard Hate, and they can have Chainer's Edict. So there's a lot of potential issues that we could run into. We can also just play a really fast Thorn of the Black Rose and then Monarch them out of the game. Because I believe they don't actually play any creatures except Krark Clan Shaman early, and I assume they'll cut that in this matchup. Let's get rid of this one, and I'm going to go with 1 Crusher. All right, let's try that. Okay, we can Spirit Guide or Petal away our Troll to find a Swamp, and then we can Looting our dudes. I guess that's fine. All right, keep. Turn 1 tap land. All right, exile Simian Spirit Guide, Swamp Cycle this, grab the Duel, play the Duel, and then over to them. Vault of Whispers, Blood Fountain, Nile Spellbomb. All right, well, there's the Nile Spellbomb. So let's see. Looting. We didn't find any lands out of that. That's kind of rough. Discard 1 Crusher and 1 Looting. And I'll pass here. They do not have to pop this until we actually go for a reanimation spell. Thoughtcast. Chromatic Star. Another Lotus Petal. All right, let's play Neonate. Over to them. I think we just can't win as long as this is in play, so we have to try to eventually find Cast into the Fire. Kenku Artificer. Animating this indestructible land. Yep. And then we take 3, go to 17. Frogmite. All right, need to find mana. I guess that's mana. So cycle, grab Swamp, play Swamp. I don't know how much time I have to wait around is the thing. Let's Petal and let's Bitter Reunion and discard Ulamog's Crusher. Red, Bitter Reunion, trigger, discard this. There's Thorn of the Black Rose, but it's unfortunately not good anymore. So this works if we find a creature in our top 3. All right, back over to them. Tap land, swing, swing, swing. I'm probably going to cycle this, so let's just block Frogmite and then sack it before damage. Activate, discard Thorn. There's Dragon Breath. That's not helpful either. All right, we're at 13. Back to us. Troll. All right, cycle, swamp, swamp. Play this. Trigger, discard Dragon Breath. All right, Ulamog's Crusher. That's not helpful. Back over to them. So this is 6, so we're dead in 3 turns. Probably 2 turns, though, because I assume they'll play some kind of threat. Swamp. All right. We needed fast mana there. Yeah, I don't think there's any way of getting out of this now. Looting. I got to loot into Dark Ritual. Petal is not going to do it. Discard this, discard this. Cast Petal. Yeah, okay, so sack for red. Looting. It's just too slow is the problem, right? Discard Neonate, summon, then Lotus Petal, then Exhume, and then they'll Spellbomb us, and then while Exhume is still on the stack, we cycle the Troll. All right, cycle Troll, grab Swamp. Oh, they got Negate too. All right, well, we're dead. Okay, so we just lose Denial Spellbomb, so we have to make sure that we're not losing Denial Spellbomb. So cut that. We got to bring in Rot or Duress to take Denial Spellbomb out of their opening hand. And what else can I cut? Say Dragon Breath. All right, run that. Okay, what does this hand do? Turn 1, cycle. Turn 2, pens. Keep. I mean, I'm not chucking this. This is fine. We also have the Cast into the Fire to get rid of Denial Spellbomb. Mountain, and then we'll pass. And if they play Nile Spellbomb, we can exile Simian Spirit Guide to kill it, and then cycle for the mountain, or the swamp. Seed of the Synod. All right, cycle, get a swamp. Okay. I could just cast into the fire their land. I think I'm going to do that. So let's pass and then stop on their upkeep. All right, exile your land, or try to. And even if they counter this, then... Oh, they floated mana? Huh. And then didn't do anything. All right, tap land, summon undead. All right, Faithless Looting. There's Exhume. So let's get rid of... I want to be Edict proof, so I want to also play Neonate this turn. So let's get rid of the 2 summon undeads. Then land, Exhume. Wait, what? Oh, I thought I had Troll in the graveyard. Yeah, there we go. And then exile this, and then play Neonate. So now we're Edict proof. Ichor Wellspring. All right, back to us. Oliphant. Let's just flashback Looting. Discard Oliphant and Petal. Then go to combat. Swing. Deadly Dispute. Very well. Tap land, Frogmite, Nile Spellbomb. Okay, so no more reanimating for us, but that's fine because we already got this stuff in play. Another Exhume, which I can actually cycle the Troll for. So first things first, let's attack them. This has Menace. You can't block this. Yeah, all right. Damage, and then we will go Exhume. They just allowed it to resolve. Cool. All right. I guess I could have done that. Well, I was just assumed they were going to pop Spellbomb, so... Thoughtcast. Like, if I knew they weren't going to do that, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever. I would be very surprised if they could get back in this. Another Nile Spellbomb. All right, well, let's go to combat. Swing, trigger Oliphant, give the bonus to Troll. All right, we got it. On the draw for round 2. Okay, this hand doesn't work. I mean, I guess I can technically Simian Spirit Guide, Bitter Reunion, discard the Crusher. So it can kind of work, but then that fails if I don't find more lands. I also need to just find, like, other stuff. I guess it's okay. It's Swamp, Spirit Guide, Bitter Reunion, discard Ulamog's Crusher, try to find more resources. All right, that's fine. We'll keep. High risk, high reward. Mountain. All right, that's what I like to see. No ability to interact with us on game 1. Ooh, looting, you say? Looting, you say? All right, Spirit Guide, exile, looting. Put Crusher, Dragon Breath in the graveyard. Mountain, Neonate. Over to them. Kessig, Flame Breather. All right, no blocks. We go to 18. Well, we can very, very slowly get up to this Summon Undead, but I feel like it's correct to play Bitter Reunion here, and then I don't want to discard the Summon Undead. So I'm discarding a Swamp. Lotus Petal, all right. Well, I'm not going to block them, so let's just go ahead and attack. And we are 2 turns away from being able to summon Reckless Impulse into Ren's Resolve Mountain. Lava Spike us. Very well. We're at 13 and we're going to 9 from this. Discerning Taste, you say? So if I found Exhume off of Neonate, that would work. So I should just discard now. So do this. Discard Summon Undead. Another Discerning Taste. Well, we're going to cast Discerning Taste. So put one of these in my hand. So let's put, I guess, Looting. And then we gain a bunch of life and then back to them. 1 mana away from Summon Undeading the Ulamog. All right, Ren's Resolve into another Mountain Impulse. Mountain. Plays the Impulse into Lava Dart Thermo Alchemist. All right, we go to 11. There we go. Lotus Petal. Summon Undead. Mill. All right, get back Crusher. Trigger the Dragon's Breath. Bring it back. Bring it back. Combat. Swing with the Crusher. Annihilator trigger. Now, they still could win by just sacking their lands and then having enough to kill me with these guys. So this represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So if they have another burn spell, they can kill me. If they have another dart or bolt or whatever, they can kill me. But, you know, I feel like that's the best move. Thermo Alchemist. All right, so they don't. Unless it's Fire Blast. Dart us. We're at 9. Attacking with those 2. Dart us. Everything triggers. We're at 3. All right, well, got to gain life off this Discerning Taste, right? Like, that's the only move. So Ulamog has to attack. So go to combat. I guess, let's just Discerning Taste first. Discerning Taste. All right, we gain 8 life. That's very good. So let's put Neonate in our hand so we can play that as a blocker. Go to combat, swing, Annihilator trigger. Man, these Discerning Tastes have been really good. Eats their lands, you say. All right, play Neonate as a blocker. Over to them. Mountain. Mountain. Activate Thermo Alchemist. We go to 10. And Lightning Bolt us. So we're at 6. And then we can block Swift Spear. Okay, so if I don't block, then we go to 2 because of Thermo Alchemist. Then we attack with Ulamog's Crusher. They have to retain this to block with. So they'll lose, like, land and a guy or 2 guys. So it's not lethal if I keep Insolent Neonate on the board. So I may as well block to not die here. Or to not be as low on life. Right, so block. And then, does it matter? Like, what can I draw that matters? Exhume to get back something from the graveyard, and they don't have any creatures in their own graveyard, right? So yeah, block. And then before damage, I should discard Bitter Reunion. No, I should discard Looting. Yeah, there's Exhume. So we take 1 here, we go to 5. Then this has to attack, and they have to block. So since they have to block, I should Exhume first. Dark Ritual. Oh, they're actually just dead. All right, Ritual. Actually, I don't even need to do that, right? I just Exhume and then haste my board. Exhume, get back Crusher, activate this. All right, game 1 against Burn down. So irrelevant, 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 highly relevant, potentially relevant, potentially relevant. So 100% want the Fangs. And then if they have any artifact-based graveyard hate, I need Cast Into the Fire. So I can cut what? One of these, one of these, one of these. No, not one of those. What else? There's only so much I can cut. Neonate, 2 Neonates. Maybe just leave Dread Return in and cut these. All right, let's do that. Submit. This is good enough to keep, I think. Well, obviously we're missing a reanimation spell, but we've got ways to do things. So keep this. Mountain. There's turn 1 relic. All right. Well, this is gonna be a game. All right. Let's just go get a mountain first. So pass to them. We can beat Graveyard Hate by having enough mana to Exhume and then cycling in response to their, or after they exile. All right, so mountain cycle, mountain. Now, unfortunately, we don't have anything else to really do here. So I can tax their mana by just using Faithless Looting here. All right, Faithless Looting. It's not going to get any better than this either, so I may as well loot. Yeah, eats our dude. That's fine. Resolve Looting. There's Dread Return. And there's multiple dark rituals. So I need to discard. Oh, Dread Return doesn't work because they just pop it. So unless they tap out. So let's discard 2 Spirit Guides, I think, or a Spirit Guide Lotus Petal. Spirit Guide Lotus Petal. And then back over to them. So this, at least, by having multiple things in the graveyard, it at least forces them to never tap out so that they can always have Relic open in case I go for a targeted reanimation spell. All right, well, I can't not have lands, so let's cycle Oliphant. Go grab a mountain. Back to us. Neonate. All right, play Neonate. I gotta wait till I find Exhume or Cast Into the Fire. Just auto yield to this. Get rid of Lotus Petal. Thermo Alchemist, we go to 19. Go to 18 off the Alchemist. Reckless Impulse, trigger these. Impulse into Flame Breather, a second relic. Well, we don't have a lot of time then. Am I going to discard a card? I'm probably going to discard Spirit Guide because I just need to find something to do. All right, block here, then discard Spirit Guide. Bitter Reunion. Yeah, so they just will leave up a mana forever. All right, Bitter Reunion. Let's discard the other Bitter Reunion. Or maybe Ritual. I don't need 2 Rituals, I guess. Yeah, discard Dark Ritual. Petal Fangs. I could just naturally cast the Troll, right? I don't have to reanimate it. All right, let's pass. Take some damage. So yeah, next turn I'll just play the Troll. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm tapped out. Swift Spear. Plays another relic from the sideboard, or from the exile. So they're not going to play this turn. All right, swing. We go to 12. All right, so maybe I didn't want to discard the other Ritual so I could have Fangs open. All right, land, Ritual, cast the Troll. Hard cast Troll, haha. I don't even have to rely on my graveyard. It does die to 2 bolts, so I don't think I block anything that they attack with because I can't risk them just bolting it. I guess I can block this thing, although if they have like Dart, something else, then I can't. Bolt us at the end of turn. All right, so we're going to 7. We're going to 6 here because of the Thermo Alchemist. So we can potentially die this turn. So I do have to block. Another Flame Breather. 2 cards left in their hand. Activates. Are we just dead? Dart. Yeah, we're dead. So yeah, the Flame Breathers take us down. Then this untaps and they can flash back the Dart. All right, we die. Oh, well. That is interesting, though, that we have a secondary plan of just casting Troll. Okay. Well, let's run it back. Like, with enough Rituals, we can just cast a Troll. This is one such hand that can almost do that. Keep. Swamp. Go. Swift Spear. I think I cycle the Troll to make sure that I find a red source. And then next turn I can reanimate. I can do it right now? Oh, I can do it right now. Okay. So, Swamp, Petal, Spirit Guide, Summon Undead. Cast this. Exile. Mill. All right, back to them. It does die to 2 bolts, but what can you do? Mountain. Kessig Flame Breather. Exhume. We don't have a second creature. So Geothermal Bog, Combat, Swing. Over to them. All right, we're doing damage faster than they're doing damage, hypothetically. Third Mountain. Swift Spear. Chain Lightning on us, and then attacks, and we take 5 and go to 10. No, they've got another spell. So they're opting to burn us out instead of just killing the Troll. Sure. Well, let's, so this is near lethal already. Let's loot first. Discard Ulamog, discard Looting, then exhume the Crusher. And then I don't think I can afford to attack, but I also don't think I can afford to not attack. We're dead to many, many things. So I don't attack, I block here. Any spell is lethal. All right, let's just pass. Firebrand Archer, basically another Flame Breather. All right, we're dead. Yeah, we're just actually dead to what's in play. All right, they got it. On the play for match 3. This is very close. All right, keep. We've got Mountain into Neonate, discard Crusher, and then potentially find more stuff, or we just Troll. There was also an argument to cycle the Troll first and then play Bitter Reunion and try to go off next turn after that. I'm not sure. Another red deck. All right, another Troll. Let's attack first. Swing. All right. Activate, discarding the Crusher. All right, well, Mountain cycle this. Grab another Mountain. Play Neonate. Over to them. Kiln Fiend. All right, so I do need this to block here. All right, Swamp cycle. Grab a Swamp. Play Swamp. Bitter Reunion. I'm going to discard the Mountain. Ulamog Petal. All right, over to them. Swift Spear. Faithless Looting. Discards Festival Crasher, Lava Dart. So they can dart our guy and then attack through. They're not going to? I would have if I were them. All right, block Kiln Fiend. Sack, discard Ulamog's Crusher. Another Neonate. There's Exhume. It also exhumes their Festival Crasher, unfortunately, but I don't think there's anything else I can really do here. So let's Exhume, get back Crusher, give it haste, attack with Crusher, Annihilator trigger, eat Swift Spear and a land. All right, so let's play Puddle, cast Neonate, and over to them. Third Mountain. I could have not blocked, or not attacked rather, as well, but I also don't think that puts me in a good position either. Lava Dart our guy, so now they're doing it. All right, activate, discard Troll. 7. How many more spells we got? Teamer Battle Rage. All right, now we're almost certainly dead, right? 14, 19. Oh yeah, we're dead. All right, sideboarding. What does Kiln Fiend do? So definitely Fangs. I think that's it. Blocking is actually more important in this matchup because they have a lot of turns where they try to go all in on something. So this. Honestly, Dragon Breath might not be as important. I don't know. Maybe it is. One Discerning Taste. I don't know. This is just really good. I don't think I cut this. Maybe I do cut a neonate. All right, let's cut a neonate. We're missing black mana, but we can try to find some with Bitter Reunion. All right, keep Mountain go. Mountain for our opponent, they do nothing. All right, well, there's neonate at least. So Bitter Reunion, I think I'm gonna pitch a Dark Ritual. Yeah, pitch Dark Ritual. All right, there's a swamp at least. So back to them. Second Mountain, Festival Crasher. All right, swamp into, it depends on what we hit with taste, right? So Dark Ritual. Oh, I meant to pay for red mana with that. Okay, well, never mind. Thankfully, that didn't blow up in my face, I guess. So grab Fangs. Well, we still haven't found a good thing to reanimate, so let's just play Neonate. Back over to them. Third Mountain. Crash through. Well, I'm not blocking this turn, I guess. Swift Spear. I guess I'm blocking that. Wait. Oh, they must have drawn it off of that. All right, I guess I'm blocking Swift Spear. What am I ditching? Land or Spirit Guide? I guess Spirit Guide. Draw, Summon Undead, and we're one short of doing it now. All right, well. All right, we're at 18. Another Neonate. So Mountain, Neonate, back over to them. Faithless Looting, Trigger. They discarded Lava Dart. Great. Oh, and Crash Through. So blocking doesn't matter. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, they hit us. All right, so we're at 10. Back to us. There's Ulamog's Crusher. Activate, discarding Crusher. Exhume. Get back Crusher. But I'm actually not going to attack them here. So let's just pass. The plan is to Unexpected Fangs next turn. Fifth Mountain. So they have Dart in the graveyard, Faithless Looting's in the graveyard, and whatever's in their hand. Lightning Bolt, us. Yeah. Swing. All right, block here. Dart. Teamer Battle Rage on this dude. And I think we're just dead to that, right? Man, not a second black source means we can't gain the life off the Fangs. So if we just had another black source, could have won that. Wait, you have Apostle's Blessing? Okay. We're still dead. Yeah. Oh, well. Kiln Fiend did Kiln Fiend things. All right, we're on the play for round 4. This hand's really good. We just don't have a reanimation card. All right, I'll keep. How all in am I supposed to be here? I don't think too much. Let's just play a Swamp and pass. Another Swamp from our opponent. Oh, it's the mono black aggro deck. All right, Cycle Troll. All right, so we've got some time. Well, there's Summon. Ritual Petal. So if I just grabbed an untapped land, I could have gone off here. Ugh. All right, over to them. All right, we take one from that thing. Morsel Theft. Target creature loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life, and draw a card. All right, cycle this. Grab a Swamp. There's Exhume. All right, I need to race them, so let's go this. I mean, I can just Exhume. The alternative is Dark Ritual, Exhume, and then I have exactly enough left to go Bitter Reunion and activate it to try to race them. I guess I'm going to play Bitter Reunion first regardless then, right? So I discard Lotus Petal, trigger, or just Summon Undead. Nah, I get rid of Lotus Petal. All right, Dark Ritual, Exhume, bring back Troll, activate, combat, swing with Troll. Because now I have the mana to eventually Summon Undead again, or just use Discerning Taste to gain a bunch of life. Goldraw's Vampire, another Prickly Boggart. Bump in the Night, we're at 13. And then we go to 12 off this dude. All right, this one, Discerning Taste. So I just grab the land so we ensure we go off next turn. We're back at 20, attack with the Troll. Vampire's Kiss, we go to 18. Rakdos Carnarium. They're still just going to attack with all their dudes, sure. So we'll go to 15. Bump in the Night down to 12. Another Ulamog's Crusher, right? All right. This, cast Summon Undead. Mill, get back Crusher. Combat, attack with the Troll. Opponent's at 7. We're at 12. I actually can't block any of their guys, right? Assuming they deal damage to me first. Pop a Blood, discard a land. Pop a Blood, discard a land. Plays another land. All right, we win game 1. So 100% I want Fangs and Cast into the Fire, and I don't think anything else. So I want these. I can cut 1 Dragon Breath. The Neonates can't block anything, so cut those. I mean, they can block the gold draws before it gets bigger, but that's pretty much it. All right, that's fine. Submit. All right, this is so close to being good, right? We've got Petal and Simian Spirit Guide to Faithless Looting into hopefully something good. And then we have Exhume with Dark Ritual. I'm going to keep this despite it having no lands. We drew an Exhume. All right, so Simian Spirit Guide, exile, cast Faithless Looting. Man, that sucks. All right, get rid of Exhume and a Bitter Reunion. Pass. Sign in Blood, draw some cards. Yikes. Well, Petal, cast Looting. Hey, there's finally lands. Another Exhume and Bitter Reunion. Land, loot. Spirit Guide, Lotus Petal. Over to them. It's kind of shocking that we haven't found any actual creature to Exhume yet out of all that. Reckoner Gang, Okiba. Sign in Blood draws more cards. Swamp. All right, well, pass. All right, second trigger off the Okiki game. So yeah, we've both been doing a lot of nothing so far. Bump in the Night, go to 15. Rakdos Carnarium. Swamp. Flashback Looting. Holy crap. This is just terrible. All right, discard 2 lands. Over to them. Kiba flips over. Bump in the Night down to 12. Discerning Taste. Jeez, still nothing. Still nothing. All right, grab Fangs, because we're going to need that. Back to them. 24 cards, we have yet to hit any of our big creatures. All right, take 2 from Okiba Gang, or Nezumi Road Captain, which is like graffiti on a wall or on the ground or something that is somehow a creature. Morsel Theft, we go to 7. All right, it is now time to finally draw a creature. Morsel Theft, we're at 4. Oh, are we just dead now? We're very close to being dead. Okay, Dark Ritual, cast Faithless Looting. Oh my god. We have another looting, but we can't cast it. Yeah, we're dead. All right. I guess I can exhume Simian Spirit Guide. I don't know how much that helps. Discard Dragon Breath, discard... Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, let's just not bother. All right. They might actually have edicts, so I probably do want Neonate to protect from that. So what do I cut instead? 1 bitter, 1 looting. I don't know. We didn't see anything from them for Cast Into the Fire to actually hit, other than I guess they have 1 X1 creatures, right? All right, I'm just going to assume that somehow they don't have Nile Spellbomb and proceed based on that assumption. On the play, oh, okay, we got turn 1 Reanimate. Definitely keep. Land, Petal, Dark Ritual, cycle the Troll, grab the tap land, cast Exhume, bring this back, sack this, cast Neonate, over to them. What a turn 1. Goldraw's Vampire, cool. All right, we're doing 7 a turn, so we got them on a 3-turn clock. Play this, combat, swing, 13, back to them. Second Swamp, Sign in Blood, I mean, they should attack. They can't block either of our guys anyway. Yeah, attack, we go to 19, cycle this Troll, grab a Swamp, Faithless Looting, cast Looting, discarding Petal Land, play land, combat, swing. All right, they're dead in 1 turn unless they have an answer. Third Swamp. Bump in the Night, we go to 16. Soul Reap on this dude. All right, 4-turn clock now with the Neonate. So 1 here, we go to 12. We are drawing Lotus Petal. All right. I suppose I should flashback Faithless Looting here in case I draw something else that I want. All right, flashback Looting, 2 lands. All right, so get rid of Petal, Swamp, play Mountain, combat, swing. Bump in the Night, go to 9. Man, are we going to lose this race? Holy crap. Rakdos Carnarium picks a land up. So we go to 6 off of the Goldraw's Vampire. Dark Ritual. Okay. Dark Ritual, summon Undead, mill, get back the Troll, combat, swing. All right, they're at 2. Vampire's Kiss, we go to 4. Pops Blood, discards a land, plays a second land, the one they picked up last turn. Soul Reap on our guy. No! All right, well, they win the race. Oh, that was so close. Man, we put 7 power into play on turn 1, and it was not good enough. All right, match 5, we're on the play. This is keepable, so keep this. So Mountain, Looting, discard 2 Ulamogs. Over to them. Tap, draw Forge Bridge. All right, this one, Bitter Reunion, and we'll discard Neonate. All right, we're 1 turn away from reanimating. So over to them. Blood Fountain, Mountain, cast this. Spirit Guide, mill. We hit Dragon Breath, awesome. All right, this, trigger these, combat, swing. Annihilator trigger, they eat their non-lands. Chromatic Star, Thoughtcast, Frogmite. They're definitely doing their best to stay in this game. Blood Fountain, Myr Enforcer. Yeah, all right. Bitter Reunion, trigger, discard Ulamog's Crusher, Troll, Dread Return. All right, cycle the Troll, grab this one, play this one, go to combat, swing with Ulamog's Crusher, Annihilator trigger, sacks Frogmite and the Star, and blocks with Myr Enforcer. All right, Deadly Dispute, sack. They have 2 mana. If they find an Edict, they can actually, even if they find an Edict, they can't get out of this, right? Because then we just Dread Return, Dragon's Breath, kill them. All right, land, Dread Return on this Ulamog's Crusher. Give haste, combat, swing, Annihilator triggers. All right, so yeah, Cast Into the Fire, Duress. Cut this. I don't think life matters too much in this matchup, so can cut that. One of the Dragon's Breaths and Faithless. Okay, turn 1, discard, turn 2. Yeah, I can use Spirit Guide to speed up. So I go turn 1, Geothermal, turn 2, discard, Exhume Ulamog. Tap land. Double Spirit Guide. I don't have black mana though, so just play this tapped and pass. Blood Fountain. All right, so this one, I need to use the red mana, right? So I want to get Neonate into play for Edict Protection. So if I go Spirit Guide, Bitter, discard this, Spirit Guide, Exhume, then I can't haste. If I go Neonate, discard, Spirit Guide, Exhume, then I don't have haste. So it's probably best to do it this way. Tap this and this. Trigger, discard, Ulamog. Wait, we drew Lotus Petal? Okay, so Spirit Guide. I guess I should make sure that the Exhume actually resolves first. So Neonate, Petal, then cast Exhume. All right, over to them. Great Furnace. Let's go to combat. Cast down on this dude. All right, swing with Neonate. So the Edicts didn't matter. All right, I'm just going to wind up discarding this next turn anyway. So let's activate, discard Ulamog's Crusher. All right, well, they can't have Counterspell up. Let's do it now. Ritual, summon, mill, get back Crusher, and we get haste. So there's an argument not to do it in case they have an Edict effect, but there's also an argument to do it now in case they have negate. So I think just spend our mana while we can. Deadly Dispute, eat the thing. Frogmite, pops, cast down. Wow. All right, well, they're really sticking to it. Cycle Oliphant, play a mountain, back to them. All right, take 2 from Frogmite. All right, play Neonate and go. Thoughtcast, take 2 from the Frogmite. Then they're playing Gear Seeker. Yeah, I don't want to return Dragon Breath to their guy. We drew Duress. Well, that's not going to help right now. So let's just discard Duress, Spirit Guide. That doesn't help either. So pass back to them. Ichor Wellspring plays another land. We take 7 and go to 9. All right, we need to draw a reanimation spell. That's not a reanimation spell. I'm going to cast Spirit Guide to what? Trade with this thing? How does that help? That doesn't. I guess it helps slightly. All right, cast Spirit Guide. Kenku Artificer, and then we're taking almost lethal from here. All right, block. It doesn't matter, though, because even if we find a reanimation spell, we're still going to die next turn. And there's the reanimation spell. So Dark Ritual, Summon Undead. We finally found it. So Mill, Ulamogs. It doesn't matter, though. We're still just dead, unfortunately. Literally, they just sack their Ichor Wellsprings and draw more cards. Then they chump there, and then we're done the backswing. Yep. So I think this is still correct. Cast Down is just generically good against them, and Duress is able to take their removal spells. So I think that's still correct. So maybe Neonate is worse than Looting because it appears that they're not running any Edicts. All right, so let's do that. Okay, I make 5 mana on turn, no, I make 4 mana on turn 1, right? It's land 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 1 short of doing it this turn, but I can do it next turn. Opponent mulls to 5. I can also just cast Looting, but I think it's better to just cycle the Troll and then go off next turn. Great Furnace. Nile Spellbomb. Ugh. All right, well, I'm still doing this. I guess I could have, tried to hard cast it? Ulamog. All right, well, I can cast Summon Undead, and then we have to hit a reanimation spell in the top 3 cards of our deck. And if we don't, we just completely brick here. All right, they're not going to try to go off. They're not going to pop this until they have to, right? So let's just cast Faithless. Discard Crusher and a land. And then let's pass back to them. Tap land, star, back to us. Well, let's Bitter Reunion and discard Lotus Petal. All right, so there's Exhume. Let's play this. Let's play Duress. See what's in their hand. Yeah, they do have a cast down, so we take that. So back over to them. And then we have to find a cycler so that we can cycle. So we can Exhume, they pop, then we cycle. So Deadly Dispute is what they drew, and they eat the star. Plays a land. Ulamog's Crusher. So I can Dark Ritual and Summon, and then again, if we just brick on the top 3, then we're dead. So let's just flashback Faithless Looting. Flashback Faithless. Discard Crusher and Faithless. Back over to them. Plays Blood Fountain. Frogmite. Myr Enforcer. So their hand's Reckoner Bargain, 1 unknown card. All right, well, if this just bricks, it's so bad. I could just flashback Looting again. The thing is, like, reanimating a Troll on this board wouldn't even be that good, right? How much mana? I'm almost up to just being able to straight up hard cast an Ulamog's Crusher, although we're down 2 already. All right, flashback Looting. Cast into the fire Petal. So let's discard Petal and Summon Undead. Play this and back over to them. Deadly Dispute. Ichor Wellspring. Still have 2 treasures up even after all that. And then we take 6 from these dudes. All right, cast into the fire, exiling Nile Spellbomb. Then they pop it, and then we try to go off next turn, hopefully. Yeah, pop. I'm holding on to this swamp because I already have enough black mana with the double rituals. I want to be able to pitch it to Bitter Reunion, potentially. So swing, we go to 8, plays another Myr Enforcer. All right, we have to do it now. Gear Seeker, that's so rough. All right, Bitter Reunion, trigger, discard swamp. There's Dragon's Breath. We're actually just dead on the board. Yep. All right. Well, It started off okay, and then it just completely fell off the rails. Although, I will say, a lot of the matches that we lost were very close. I think like 3 of them were literally just... It was the difference between one turn of having lethal or not, or we just didn't have the second black mana in one of the matches. In one of the matches, they literally had like 4 bolts in a row to finish us off before we could kill them. So, I think the deck is better than how it performed. What did I think overall? These are really, really good against aggro decks, and I think you may even just want more of them in the sideboard. Other than that, this is a pretty tight package. I'm not really sure why Summon Undead is in here over Dread Return, or just another reanimation spell. I understand that because they mill 3, there's the possibility that you will mill over Dragon's Breath when you go to reanimate, and then you'll also reanimate that. And that did happen sometimes, but there's also the fact that it's 1 more mana. So, I don't know. I'd have to play the deck more. There were a lot of times where we just like had to ritual, and so it didn't matter whether it cost 4 or 5 because we would have 5 mana anyway. So there's that. But I feel like you can also just get this into your graveyard. This also hypothetically gets around graveyard hate, but not really. Like in that game, we had lots of opportunities where I could have cast Summon Undead into the Nile Spellbomb. But the problem is if one of these cards just isn't in your top 3 cards, then it bricks. So I don't know what the difference is between this one and maybe another reanimation spell. And then the sideboard, again, we'd have to play more to really know. It's got the same problem as any deck that heavily relies on one specific strategy, which is that if your opponent just plays Nile Spellbomb, Relic of Progenitus, etc., then you just usually can't win. There is a secondary potential thing where you can use your rituals and whatnot to just hard cast a troll normally instead of reanimating it. But there's also just a lot of matchups where also, like, you do just die to removal because none of your creature, you know, your reanimation targets are not Atraxa or Archon of Cruelty. They don't have any ETB triggers, so when they come back, your opponent could just kill them, and then you've gained nothing, and you're down a bunch of resources. But yeah, only 1 and 4 with the deck, but I think the deck is better than that. As I said, a lot of our matches were very, very close.